bound for Kofu. We will be stopping at Mitaka, Tachika. okay. Finally arrived at my onsen, if you call it that, or ryokan hotel. It's not really a traditional Japanese hotel, but it's like a standard resort, but this is like one of the traditional-ish rooms. So finally got in. Took me forever. Got on like the wrong train. Had to go back. I don't know what that's about. Okay, anyway. Nope. Yes? Okay, the staff lady needed a copy of my passport to scan. Okay, so back to the tour. Paperwork. Bamboo something. LT. Wet rag. I don't know what that's for. This little booklet with instructions. Haven't checked the channels yet, so kind of a weird, kind of standard, but kind of weird. Here's the shower. Shower head. You actually don't see very many shower heads. Like every place I've been here in Japan, they just have these little things. You just spray yourself with it, so kind of cool. Have an actual proper shower in Japan. There's a sink. Right here, I think it's supposed to be like your own little personal hot spring. Water's nice and warm. I think the bucket's for dumping on yourself. I will be getting this in a little while. I guess string so you don't kill yourself. Two beds, but I'm here by myself. Did have some dude, he was thinking about coming with me, but that fell through. We were gonna climb Fuji and try to see if this comes out while it slides out. Ooh, nice. Oh, it's for privacy. But I didn't hear back from him after a while, so I was kind of like, well, I guess I'll just do it by myself. Humidifier, another TV. Oh, okay. Kind of the neatest, I guess, like a jacket. What the hell? Gloves and stuff. No iron. My shirt is wrinkled like hell, so I actually need an iron. Let's see what's in here. Oh, safe. I think this is like a yukata, but I have no idea how to put that on. Okay, epaulet. Oh, but anyway, the neat thing. This little handle here. Turn it. Ooh, bathroom. I wonder if this is one of those automatic bathroom. Can't read any of that. No poop on the inside. That's good. Doesn't seem to be one of those butt sprayers, which I've not used. That's a little weird to me. Whatever. But yeah, that's my room. So I'll be here. I'm just here for a day. A little too expensive to stay for too many days, at least for me. It's like $600-700 a night here. So I just booked it for one. My game plan was to climb Fuji and then come down and like rest here for the day, like lick my wounds and everything, but that fell through. So here I am. Now we're talking. This is lobster, and this is beef, local beef. Should be tasty. Alright, well, this is day 3 in Japan. I'm not really sure how clear this will come in because there's running water right next to me, so you may not be able to hear me, and it's dark, so you may not be able to see me, but, so yeah, I'm in Japan. Things have gone pretty well. I had some issues. My first day, I got to the airport fine. I had to fly out from San Francisco, so I flew to San Francisco, then flew out to here, and it was going pretty well. Last time I came, it was like very, very boring, because it's like a 14-hour flight to travel from America to Japan. So this time I made sure to bring plenty of entertainment, put some TV shows, some anime, some music, some podcasts, to keep myself entertained. So it was going pretty well, except that maybe about 4 or 5 hours in the flight, some guy got sick. I don't really know if he was having like a heart attack or, you know, whatever. He had some kind of medical condition. They had to like bring him down close to where I was and set him down, and they gave him an IV, and all these staff members are coming out with this equipment and breathing tubes and all that kind of stuff. But we had to detour to Alaska, so technically I've been to Alaska now. He got off the flight, and then we refueled and headed out. So he ended up wasting about 2 hours on that, but it was okay. Although they did screw me over because they give you meals on flight, and they didn't give me my lunch, I guess you would call it. So about 8 hours into the flight, man, my stomach was growling. I was really, really hungry, but managed to make it. They did eventually serve dinner, I think about a couple hours before we landed, but it was nasty. They had 2 options. Well, I guess it's technically breakfast. They had like some omelet and the sausage, and then they had another option, which is like noodles. So I chose the noodles, and the noodles tasted like starchy nastiness. So I took a few bites out of that, and ate some of the other like stuff that came with it. And I was like, I'll wait till I land. And that was enough to hold me over. So I'm in Japan, and like last time I came here, I got here at like 8 o'clock. No, I got here around 4. And by the time I got to my apartment, found the apartment, got in, it was like 8 o'clock. I had reservations for the robot restaurant at 9, so there was like no way for me to get from my apartment to the restaurant. And it was raining, I was miserable, so I just stayed in. This time, I had somewhat of similar experience. Since I was supposed to land at 2 o'clock, but since my flight was delayed, we ended up landing at like 6 o'clock. So by the time I got to Tokyo, everything was closed. So I had to walk to my apartment at night. Fortunately, the directions were really good, so I got there pretty easily. So, I just kind of went in, and then I was feeling kind of hungry again, so I was like, you know what, I'll just order something. So I decided to order from Domino's, so they take cash. And I put in the address wrong, so I'm waiting for like an hour, and my pizza hasn't showed up. Then after like another half an hour, I realized it's not going to show up. And there was no way for me to correct the mistake without calling them, and I don't have a Japanese phone number, so I couldn't do anything with that. So instead, I ordered from some other place. I just went online looking for midnight delivery or late night delivery, and I ended up getting some like pizza place I'd never heard of before. It was it was okay. It was like $22 for the pizza. It was not worth $22, but it hit the spot. I ate the whole thing. It was the medium. I just swallowed that down with a Coke. It felt a lot better. So that was my day 1. Bed was comfortable. The apartment that I'm in is pretty small. It was deceptively small. You kind of expect Japanese apartments to be pretty small, because they are, but I was a little surprised. It's pretty much you just walk in, and like the kitchen and the sink are like right next to the door. And then you walk in a little bit further to like the main room. There's the bed on the wall. There's like a little cubbyhole space. Then there's the bathroom, which is like this toilet seat, and the sink folds over the toilet seat. You kind of move it out of the way and use a little shower head when you want to shower, and you kind of put it back over the toilet. You want to brush your teeth or whatever. Like really small, but it got the job done. If I had came with like another person or something, that would not have. It might have worked, but it would have been a little bit tight. Even now, with all my junk across the floor and boxes and whatnot, it didn't go so well. So another problem I had on my first day was, in anticipation of coming here, there was like some figures I wanted to buy, like video game anime type figures. So I figured instead of going shopping for them, I'll just go ahead and order them on Amazon and have them delivered to where I'm going to stay at, which was a good idea, but the problem was they came before I arrived. So I had to like call up. Well, I had to email Amazon and be like, hey, could you come back around this time? They had an English webpage, so it ended up turning out okay. They came back almost exactly when they said they would. So I got my packages the next day, although there was a problem with that as well, because I ordered 3 separate packages, 2 figures, some chocolate bars, and then another order of a different type of chocolate bar. The 2 chocolate bars and the figures came together because I emailed them and said, hey, I have another order, ship them both together. But the other chocolate, it was coming from a different company, so that's like lost to the ether. They said they couldn't deliver it. I guess maybe I wasn't at home. I don't know if they buzzed or not, so I missed out on that order. And I forgot to check the mailbox for the slip to email them and kind of rearrange the timing. So as it stands right now, maybe when I get back to Tokyo tomorrow, I'll see if I can correct that. If not, I'll just let it go. It's only like $20, so it's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, so that was my day 1. My day 2 was Akihabara. That's kind of like the place to go. So I got up a little too early because I was kind of anxious, had nothing really to do. Akihabara doesn't open until about 10 o'clock, I'd say. I mean, some stores are open at 8, but more or less every business opens at 10. So I got there around 8, so I just had to kind of wander around. As luck would have it, the very first store that I went into had the elf, like a dragon's crown elf figure, which is like my number one thing that I wanted to find when I was over here. They had that for about the same price I saw it online. I think it was $150 with 10% off. So it was about $140 something. It was about what I expected, after tax and all that. So score there. So then I just kind of wandered around, bought a few more things, and then went to the arcades. I had a little. I realized I had forgot something. There's like some of the arcades, a lot of the arcades in Japan, the games, they have like these little special cards for each individual game or each individual company, really. So in America, the arcades are something that you go to for like you're about to catch a movie and you want to kill a few minutes, so you go to arcade, play a few games to go catch your movie, or you need to go eat dinner, but you have an hour to kill, so you go to the arcade, blow 30 minutes, then head down to where you need to go. But in Japan, I think it's really more of a lifestyle, more of a culture. Like if you go to the arcades, you go to the arcades. You have like maybe after work you come in for an hour or two and just sit down and play your game. So a lot of these games have these cards. And I bought a band passport card for Tekken 7 the last time I was here, but I completely forgot it, along with like $20 in like yen when I came here, so I had to buy another one. They had like some different type of card that worked for the band passport and another thing, so I got that. It was like $3. Actually, it took me $6. I put money into one machine. They didn't give me a card, so now I have to go find another machine, put money into that, and got my card. I also played Final Fantasy Dissidia, which is kind of like their J All-Stars or arena fighting game type thing. I don't really like those types of games, but it has Final Fantasy in the title, so I played that. I sat down at the machine ready to play, and it was like, hey, you need a Nexa card. I was like, what the hell is that? So I kept trying to hit buttons, trying to get in there, and I realized, no, I actually do need a card to play. So I had to go like up one level, find the machine, come back one level, and no one had taken my credit, so then I was able to sit down and play. When I first started playing, I was like, oh, this game is garbage, but I will admit, after a round or two, I could see the appeal to it. If I lived in Japan, I'd probably play that a fair amount. I probably will be back in Akihabara tomorrow, or maybe Saturday, so I'll play it then. So yeah, that was my day 2. Just went to Akihabara, spent like 6 hours shopping, then went back in time to catch my packages, then I just went ahead and crashed for the night. That was a change from my original goal. My original goal was come in on Monday, explore Akihabara for 2-3 hours, go to sleep, wake up at the beginning of the very next day, come to Mount Fuji, climb it, come down, and then today come where I'm at now and stay at this resort, kind of to rest my wounds and heal up and everything. But due to the package mishap, I had to reschedule that. So right now, I'm in a resort that's somewhat close to Fuji, but I no longer feel like climbing Mount Fuji, especially since it's like 10 degrees at the top. So I don't think I'll be doing that. When I wake up in the morning, I might have a different opinion. But as of now, I think I won't even bother going to Fuji. Maybe just to climb up for like 10 minutes. If I go, this is nice, and come back down. So I don't think I'll be climbing that. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Having a good time. Been doing pretty good on money. It's like 4:40 in the morning. I'm kind of up. Not really anything to do. So probably going to eat breakfast in a couple of hours, and then maybe come back, take a nap, and take a train back to Tokyo. I was going to go to Fuji, but I don't really feel like climbing that thing, so I'll probably, not really sure what I'll do today. I think Hiroshima was on the list of possibly doing it, but I think I might just go back and check out Nanako Broadway, because I saw it last time I was here, but it was really like late at night, so most of the stores were closed. So yeah, that's the game plan for right now.